We're gonna do a little experiment today. As we all know, Daisy's like a quote-unquote mascot of the channel. I have like an entire series of Mario-related videos all devoted to playing as Daisy. So we're gonna do something a little bit different here today in that I'm not gonna be the one to train her directly. Daisy! The amiibo that I've trained is going to be training this amiibo. So Queen Daisy, she's the oldest amiibo that I have. My very first one, the one I got for Miitopia, and she is just, apart from obviously being one of my favorite amiibos, she is possibly one that is one of my toughest. And I've taken a lot of time putting a lot of work into training her. So what I want to do is see if this amiibo who knows nothing can learn from the best and become just as good, or we'll see if she's just as good, then awesome. If not, then wait, I guess we'll know for future. I've done a lot of different methods of training amiibos, which includes, like, I've trained them myself, I've had CPUs train them, I've had some of my other amiibos train them, like a couple of them I have like put them up with Byleth, and Byleth has trained them. There's other ones that like Pac-Man has trained, but I have never actually tried to train an amiibo fighter with another amiibo of the same fighter. The damage output that Queen Daisy is doing seems a little unfair because she's just, like, Subject Zero is just getting, like, Final Smash after Final Smash. Subject Zero is probably going to be just as bad at taunting. And I don't mean bad at taunting as in she's not good at taunting. I mean bad as in, like, she does it constantly. Because Queen Daisy has an attitude. I didn't initially train Queen Daisy to taunt. I had put her up in a match against Joker, who I did purposefully train to taunt. And Daisy somehow... Because I had trained Joker to taunt when he got a kill, and somehow... Like, he took it, like, he did great with that knowledge that I taught him how to do with the training, and he took it to heart himself, but Daisy then picked it up from Joker, and she does it more than he does. I'm just interested to see what quirks Subject Zero is going to pick up. Subject Zero isn't super aggressive, although that was a pretty good parry. Queen Daisy is not going to go easy on her either, because a lot of the times with the amiibos, I start off with just like teaching them the basic moves, you know, like basic attacks, jumping, things like that. But Queen Daisy is going full force with everything she's got right off the bat. One thing I also find interesting, so with this Daisy skin with the white dress, the icon still has her with a gold crown, but the actual in-game skin, she has a silver crown like Rosalina does. She's still not very aggressive, which is kind of surprising. She's not picking up any like super aggressive moves, other than she does some attacks and she tried to grab there. Okay, and the turnip. But she's not moving into attack very much. Part of the disparity is just that Queen Daisy has a ridiculous damage output that just base Daisy can't really counter. Just to jump off the head. Okay, both have Final Smashes. Of course, Queen... I'm just going to start calling them Queen and Subject to make things easier, but Queen takes her out. Which I didn't even really think of that, Queen and Subject, like an actual monarchy. Oh wait, did she taunt? Because I was looking at Queen Daisy, but I heard the yeah, like she taunted. But I wasn't looking at Subject, but I think I heard her taunt. Okay, she's learned that. That's a good move when you stun them and you just go right up and do the spin.
5, 4, 3.
Queen had to get one last thing in there before time. Okay, Subject Zero did not advance very many levels from that fight. Only got to, well, I guess 17, something to shake a stick at, but when the fight ended, she was only at level 14. Okay, she figured out the warp pipes. That's interesting. Neither of them understood that stage morph. Okay, foot attack. Give her some of that, because she does do quite a bit of that. Okay, physical attack, we'll give her one of those too. And then third one I think should be kind of a silly one. could give her a shield durability. That probably wouldn't be the worst idea. Okay, we gave her her spirit abilities now. So now let's see how she can hold up against the queen. So far I'm not seeing a noticeable difference. Has she even attacked once? I don't think the queen's given her a chance to attack. Though her defense has significantly increased. Well, bad time to bring that up, I suppose. But her increase and attack output have both significantly increased, so this should give her more of a fighting chance against the queen. She was not giving up until that shield was down. Now, normally when I'm editing I dub in my own music, but it's kind of hard to edit around Daisy's Final Smash tune. So I don't know exactly how this is going to turn out in post. How much fixing that'll have to be done. So far, I really don't think Subject Zero picked up the taunting. Honestly, I don't know what Subject Zero has really picked up from herself. I'm not noticing the same attack patterns in her. Honestly, I'm not noticing any attack patterns. When she attacks, it seems like it's really kind of random, other than the one time where that move that Queen just did. Like, that was the only time I really noticed her like having any sort of attack pattern, but right now I don't see an attack pattern. She's not picking it up from Queen Daisy. She's just kind of running and dodging. Maybe she really is just missing that human element of training. Because this is not doing that much. At level 29, she should be more aggressive than this. Huh. It's time to rethink my strategy here. I have one idea. I was gonna save this for the end, but maybe we put it in a little earlier so we can get this through.
Daisy!
Now you may be wondering, Sam, why do you have 3 Daisy Amiibos? The real question is,
Daisy!
why do you have 4 Daisy Amiibos? To which I say, shut up! I don't actually know if teaming 3 of them against 1 is really going to do much, but it might accelerate her level up faster. But then again, it may also slow it down, so I don't know for a fact what this is going to do. I feel like I need to explain the name Play Ball. So I actually had a video in mind that I was going to do a while back, and I found out that there are these Amiibo cards for Mario Sports stuff. There are like 5 or 6 different Daisy ones. Actually, I have them over on my shelf. I'm going to grab them real quick. Okay, so there are 5 of them. Baseball, there's a soccer one, there's a tennis one, equestrian one, and golf one. I got all 5 of them, and because they're Amiibo card, you can scan them and all that. I learned after the fact that they don't actually have any functionality in Smash Bros. Long story short, I was going to try to train each of them and theme them, so the baseball one, she starts her matches with one of the Beast Balls equipped, and I also tried to train her to throw. She didn't really take after it, but she was meant to be the baseball one, and then like the equestrian one, I was going to give her a bunch of speed boosts, golf and tennis. I didn't really have a plan for golf and tennis and soccer yet, but I didn't get that far because they don't actually have any functionality in Smash. But the idea was I was going to do a video where you had these 5 Amiibo cards, you had the 2 Daisy Amiibos, the Smash Bros. Daisy Amiibo and the Mario Bros. Series Daisy Amiibo, and that was going to be 7 fighters, and you can get up to 8, so I went ahead and just got an additional Daisy Amiibo. And I bought the additional Daisy Amiibo before I realized that these cards don't actually do anything in this game, so I just had an extra Daisy Amiibo. So that's kind of the lore of that whole situation. I have not been paying attention to this game. And after this, I might give her a companion, and we'll have her be like 2 versus 2. I should mention that Queen Daisy, and Play Ball were all individually trained separately from each other. So the Amiibos have not, these other 3 Amiibo have not trained each other. It's just Subject Zero who's being trained by Amiibos here. And still, Queen Daisy is definitely outperforming all the rest of them, because she's the OG. As an experiment, I'm going to put Original Recipe Daisy on Subject Zero's team, and we'll see how this goes.
3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah, so there, she has her baseball, Play Ball does. She dropped it right away, which is a bad example. Subject Zero is still really hesitant to fight. I'm hoping that giving her a teammate would encourage her to fight more, but she's still not putting up much of a fight. We've resulted in a pacifist Daisy. It's not that she isn't fighting, it's just that she's not trying to fight. Love the synchronization of that team. Okay, let's see how she did. It's still the Queen's team that wins, which I guess doesn't surprise me. She's still only getting a single... Playball didn't get it. She got more kills than Playball did, and only one less kill than Daisy did. I don't know what to make of this. This is weird data. Let's try it all against the Queen. This is not even necessarily part of the experiment. This is just, I'm curious if the Queen can fall. Queen Daisy hovering above Subject Zero, just kind of teasing her. They're all so confused by this waterfall. I don't think I've trained any of them with this particular stage hazard. But Playball, not to be outdone, still taunts it anyway. The synchronization between them sometimes, because they actually are finally starting to exhibit behaviors. Not necessarily fighting, but she is exhibiting behaviors that are indicative of Queen Daisy. I still think the Queen won. No, it was Blue Team. Okay, how well did they do comparatively? Okay, so Subject Zero did get half of the kills. Not to mention, she got the first two, apparently. Okay, we're finally getting some decent data. Okay, Playball and Daisy, thank you for your service, but we're gonna go back to with just the Queen, and I want to see, on a more intimate level, how she has adapted. You know, maybe I shouldn't be training her with the Queen. Maybe I should switch it up and have her train with, like, regular flavored Daisy. I wanted her to learn from the best, though, which is why I chose to train her with Queen Daisy. Also because Queen Daisy's the only one who's previously already been shown on the stream. Still not the outcome I expected. I expected her to become like a clone, almost. But I guess part of it could be spirits, but I feel like there's not, like, any difference in how she's acted from before then. I'm going to instead give the Queen a break. I'm going to try her against regular Daisy and see what happens. If this works out well, I might give her like a one-on-one with Playball as well. Oh, we have some aggression finally. She's just not very good. Okay, behaviors and aggression finally starting to connect here. Just not with the Queen. They're both just kind of stuck down in the water. Okay, they made it out. It's fine. Okay, finally doing some real actual attacks. And she's way more aggressive with this Daisy than she was Queen Daisy. Ooh, she did well enough to merit a sudden death. Interesting. Interesting result. I think this is her first solo victory. That's actually exciting. Still not exhibiting a lot of... Like, she is attacking, but she's still not exhibiting a lot of aggression. Although, it was a sudden death again. Interesting. It's a sudden death, huh. And Subject does win. This is a jump and down attack episode, apparently. Ooh, a good move from the Subject. And a good dodge on top of that, and a taunt. Another good dodge. None of those kicks landed, but she did dodge. I can't take that away from her. Okay, finally, she's coming into her own at level 47. Like, I would classify this as her actually coming in on her own. Sudden death. Again. Sudden death was not in her favor there, but I still think she did really well there. There's only one KO each, not counting the sudden death. We're gonna do one more against the Queen and see how she does. And then we'll do our final battle together. I feel like she's gotten a really strong start. We'll see how that holds. Because the Queen is, as we all know, the Queen is here to stay. Well, that might be insensitive. As we all know, the Queen is always on the attack. Now she's finally showing the promise that I was hoping she would. A pretty stunning blow there for the final one. Let's see who really came out on top. There was no sudden death this time. Yeah, it was still the queen. Figured it might be. But let's see how well she did comparatively. Oh. Well, she got... Queen Daisy only got 3 KOs that time, so she definitely put up more of a fight. So that is still, like, an improvement. Only one way to really end this. I go in myself for the final and see for myself how well my amiibo that I have trained her. The thing about Daisy is her range, she does not have a lot of range. If you want to deal damage, you gotta get real up close to her, which means you're also really close to her.
Woke up.
Oh, she does not stay stunned. Oh, just out of reach. Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah. So she's good. She's not as good as the queen, but, you know, she's good. She's good. And she combos? Okay. I'm not talking as much because now I'm scared of her. I thought I would be okay not to do spirits in this, but that was the only way I was able to beat the queen when I was training her with spirits. She's not as good as the queen, so maybe I'd be okay, because I didn't need them with Daisy or Playball. Toad might actually be my best defense here. I think this pretty definitively says that the Amiibo are better at being Daisy than I am being at Daisy. Alright, well, the test results are in. Not quite the journey I was expecting from the start, but we ended up in roughly the same place I expected. So, yeah, I'm going to call the experiment a success. Weird one, but a success nonetheless. So, yeah, we will be back another time with another training video. And, you know, until then, just remember...
What's up? I'm new, but golf is my thing, and I'll go toe-to-toe to prove it.